Okay, so we are finding the log equations. We're solving log equations. We're going to work on both sides of the equal sign. So if you take a look on page 457, question number 1, it says that the log base 3 of x is equal to 4. So we're going to transfer this using this information, and we're going to say 3 to the 4th power equals x. Well, that's pretty easy. You can pick up your calculator and find 3 to the 4th power. What is 3 to the 4th power? So x equals 81. Because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. Okay, number 51. We're going to use this form now. We're going to do e to the ln of x equals e squared. So some of you may have been wondering, when do I use that new rule? Well, if you start with a log, the way you get rid of the log is to use e to the log power, because this gives me 1 or 1x, because the x goes to the front as the power rule. So this side becomes x, and so x is equal to e squared. So what is e squared? E squared is 7.39. You would, in your calculator, do e squared. So the e is right here. So the e is right here. And squared. And so since we know that e is approximately 2.8, squaring that, multiplying it by itself, is going to give us 7.38 and rounded to 7.39. Okay, 53. This is where we're going to come back to that 4 to the 3rd power equals x plus 5. So 4 to the 3rd power is 64. So 64 equals x plus 5, and so x equals 69. Not too bad for that one, huh? Yeah, nobody else is. So that was supposed to be subtracting. Yes, you did. So subtracting 5 from both sides, and we get 59 for that one, not 69. Okay, in 55, we have 3 to the negative 3 equals x minus 4, using that base conversion. So 3 to the negative 3 is equal to 1 over 27. I know a lot of you are going to want to turn that into a decimal, which is not a bad idea, but 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and the negative makes it go to the bottom. So I didn't need to pick up a calculator to do that, but I will need to pick up a calculator now to add 4 to that. I could just leave it as 4 and 1/27, but since the directions told us to round it to a decimal, it's 4.04 for x. And I just used a calculator to do that. Let's keep going. Number 57 is log base 4 of 3x plus 2 is equal to 3. So 4 to the third power is equal to 3x plus 2. So notice we're getting rid of the log when we do this, and that's kind of the goal because we can't solve for x if we have a log in there. So what is 4 to the third power? 64. So 64 equals 3x plus 2. Subtract 2 from both sides, so 62 equals 3x. And so x is approximately 20.67 because I did round it. It was 20.6666, and I rounded that. Okay, number 59. Remember when we had a coefficient, you want to divide by 5. So the log of 2x equals 20 divided by 5, which is 4. And now I am ready to think about this as since log, sorry, I'm messing that one up. Since log is equal to log base e, I can figure this one out by using e. So let's see if we can use e to figure this one out. So this is log base e of 2x equals 4. So this is going to be e to the 4th equals 2x. And since e to the 4th is equal to 2x, then e to the 4th divided by 2 is going to be my answer. So I can again use my calculator to calculate e to the 4th. So e to the 4th looks like this. I'm going to press enter and divide it by 2. And so you see that I'm going to get 27.30 rounded to 2 decimal places. And remember, I do have to put that 0 to show that I rounded it to 2 decimal places. Okay, 61. In problem 61, I first need to subtract 6. So 2 ln x equals negative 6. Then I need to divide by 2. Ln x equals negative 3. And now I'm ready to use my e to the ln power. This did have to be isolated for my e to the ln power before I could use that e piece. So this is e to the ln x equals e to the negative 3. So this part is 1, and the x comes around to the front, so it's just x is equal to e to the negative 3. And e to the negative 3, if you put that into your calculator, is going to be what is it? Like 0.05. Okay, 63. We're getting close. This one really is the log of x plus 3 to the 1/2 power. So move your 1/2 in front. So it's 1/2 ln of x plus 3 equals 1. So if I multiply both sides by 2, I get ln of x plus 3 equals 2. Now I'm ready to move this as an e to the ln of x plus 3 equals e squared. So this is 1. So I'm left with x plus 3 equals e squared. So x equals e squared minus 3. So what is e squared minus 3? So we can do e squared minus 3. So I get 4.39. Okay, we're rolling right along. I remember we only had 11, so we have 3 more to go. So bear with me for just a couple more. Okay, this is why we had to learn expanding and condensing, because you have to write them as one, a log of one expression before you can use the logarithm property. So if we're putting this together, this becomes log base 5 of x times 4x minus 1. So just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to multiply this out. So we're dealing with one thing. So this is 4x squared minus x. So now I'm ready to use the log property. So 5 to the first equals 4x squared minus x. And because that can be simplified, 5 to the first power is 5. This is 4x squared minus x minus 5. And thinking back to Algebra 2, I can factor this. 4 times 5 is 20. Factors of 20 that add or subtract to give me 1 are 5 and 4. So I'm going to rewrite this so I can factor by grouping. Minus 4x. I really do want that to be a 4, because it's going to go with the 4.